Welcome to Step Into Kindergarten. My name is Carol Carazelli. I'm the School Readiness Liaison for Newark Public Schools. Um, also sharing information during this presentation, my colleague Mary Oster, the Early Childhood Coordinator for the City of Norwalk, Joanna Valencia, the School Readiness Administrator, Jill Kress, Food Services, and Joanna Van Vetter, Transportation. Some of the highlights of this presentation: we will give an overview of the registration process for students who turn 5 on or before September 1st, 2024, provide a snapshot of a kindergarten day, and offer support and resources for a successful transition.
Kindergarten registration for the 24 to 25 school year. In order to enroll your child, you would have to undergo a registration process. The first step to that is registering your child online, and you can do so by clicking here. And just to show you, it'll direct you to our kindergarten registration page on the norwalkps.org website. Once you're here, make sure that you click on the correct link for the upcoming 24 to 25 school year, because it has happened in the past where families have clicked on the current school year. And if you do that, you will have to do it over. So once you click on the link, if it is your first time registering your child, you will have to create an account. If not, you can just go ahead and log in and follow the prompts. Once this is completed, you will bring the following documents to the Family Center located on 1 Park Street, which is your child's original birth certificate or passport, along with parent or guardian photo identification. Aside from that, we do need a proof of residency, which is either a mortgage statement, lease. It does not matter if your lease is expired. If neither of those apply to you, you would have to fill out a residency affidavit. And if you click here, it'll bring you to the form and you can print it out. Have it filled out by your landlord or whoever it is that you're renting to fill out and have notarized. Aside from those, we do need 2 recent bills. It can be gas, electric, water, cable, phone. It could even be a letter from the state. It can be car insurance. It can pretty much be anything as long as it is official with a current date. It can't be more than 90 days. Aside from that, we do need your child's most recent physical on the Connecticut Health Assessment Form. If your child sees a doctor here in Connecticut, if you call them up and just say that you need your child's most recent physical, they'll know what to give you. I know that some people take their children to see doctors out of state. If that's the case, here is the form. If you click on it, it'll take you to that form that you would just have to send to your doctor and have them fill it out. Also, please keep in mind that if your child turns 5 after September 1st and you want them to attend kindergarten this year, there's an option for parents to request a waiver. Start times. The first day of school for the upcoming school year is going to be August 26th. Also, you can refer to the NPS 24 to 25 calendar by clicking here, and it'll direct you to the calendar on our website, just so that if you have vacation coming up, it'll be a good time to take a look and plan accordingly. As you can see, every elementary school has different start times.
The Ages and Stages questionnaire is a screening tool that needs to be completed during the online kindergarten registration process. The screening is a check of your child's development, and the data is shared with the kindergarten teachers. If your child turns 5 on or before September 1st, this is an online questionnaire that families complete. If your child turns 5 after September 1st and you sign the waiver for them to attend kindergarten, this ages and stages questionnaire will be completed in person at the Family Center.
A great benefit here in Norwalk Public Schools is that the district qualifies for Community Eligibility Provision, or CEP. That means that every child can receive one breakfast and one lunch daily if you so choose. This also means that that's one less thing you need to do in the morning for your kids. All of our breakfast and lunch served meet all the state guidelines for a healthy meal, and each child must take a fruit and vegetable to qualify for the meal. Many of our families also utilize the SNAP benefit. If you think you may qualify, just click on the link provided here. And this will bring you to the End Hunger Connecticut website, which asks you to complete a quick pre-screener to see if you qualify. You'll answer about 6 questions and they will contact you to assist you in filling out your SNAP application. If you do qualify for SNAP benefits, one of the benefits with SNAP is that it can be used at the grocery store and in our extra morning and afternoon programs. If you do qualify for SNAP benefits, the letter that is sent to you can be used to receive a discount for those after school and before school programs. If there's anything else you need for food services, you can always visit our website. Thanks again, and hope to see you in the cafeteria.
So attendance is really important. That is good attendance at school, as well as arriving on time to school, are really important ways to help your child be successful in kindergarten. Attendance is taken every day, and parents need to call the school to report an absence. And if you don't call, the school administrators will call to find out where your child is. As much as possible, please try to schedule appointments, doctor's appointments, and so forth outside of the school day, during school vacations or on weekends. Your child is learning every day. Kindergarten is the foundation of their school career, and so it's really important for your children to be in school every day as much as possible. Same thing for arriving on time. The children start working when they walk in the door to the school. They come into the classroom, they put their things away, they have breakfast if they'd like, and then there's always morning work for them to do. And that's something that helps them ease into the day. It's something that reinforces what they would have learned earlier, or it's practicing some skill. So it's a really good way to kind of ease them into the day and make that transition smooth for them. So it's very difficult when a child comes to school late and kind of comes in the middle of something. So we really encourage you to, as much as you can, to get your child to school on time.
Hello, my name is Joanna Zanvetter, and I'm the Transportation Administrator for the Norwalk Public Schools, and I would like to welcome you to Riding the Bus to Kindergarten. Transportation is provided based on a student's officially registered address. Kindergartners living outside of a 1-mile radius of school will be eligible to ride the bus. Bus stops are scheduled in a centralized area for the entire neighborhood to utilize. Door-to-door stops are provided for students receiving special needs or medical services. Based on Norwalk Public Schools Board policy, we are unable to provide transportation to or from a caregiver's home, nursery or daycare, or before or after school programs. Kindergarten students are seated at the front of the bus closest to the driver. They receive a bus pass and kindergarten ID. Elementary bus passes have an RFID chip located within the pass. Students are required to swipe as they enter and exit the bus. This helps keep electronic attendance on board and aids as a security measure for students. It is a board policy. Parents or an adult designee are required to assist at the bus stop for morning arrival and afternoon dismissal. If the bus arrives to a stop in the afternoon and a parent or an adult is not available, the bus driver will radio dispatch and they will contact the school to locate a family member. The driver will continue on the route and return to the stop a second time to allow parents additional time to arrive. If at that time a parent is not available, the student will be returned to school for parent pickup. Education is key. Please make sure your students know their bus number and bus stop. It is suggested families familiarize themselves with this information prior to school starting. Bus routes are available online the third week in August. Families may access our web query system by clicking Locate a Bus Stop for bus stops and routes in their area. For more information, forms, videos, and bus routes, please visit our website by clicking NPS Transportation. We thank you for visiting and we wish you well and a wonderful kindergarten year.
So, morning arrival, whether your child takes the bus or you bring them to school, there will be an adult at the school to meet your child and bring them to their kindergarten classroom. So as we mentioned, how important it is to be on time, there is a morning routine that sets the tone of the school day. And when children come in, they will, once they get settled, put their items in their cubby, sign in, they'll have the option of breakfast. There's usually an independent problem-solving activity, whether it's literacy or math, something that they need to complete in the morning. And then there's morning meeting where the teacher will share what will be happening during the school day and a little bit of the schedule. Kindergarten curriculum. Just a reminder that when you do attend your the elementary school orientation in the spring or closer to September, the leadership of the school as well as the teachers will share a little bit more detail about the curriculum. But literacy, math, science, and social studies are all part of the academic day. There's whole group and small group learning around reading and writing. There's also independent work time. There's a lot of hands-on experiential math activities and learning, and math is also integrated throughout the day, and children will work in pairs and groups. Science, some of the topics they will cover are weather, push and pull, growing and planting, and social studies. Some of the topics are about community and the world around them. In addition to art, gym, music, and library, some schools may have additional specials such as theater and dance or a language. And just a reminder that on your child's gym day, sneakers are required.
Recess is probably one of the things that your child will say is the favorite part of their day. Recess is a really important time for children to get outside, run around a little bit, play with their peers. There is always supervision on the playground, but children really do have an opportunity to have a little bit more freedom to interact with their peers. And that's how they learn how to take turns, how to negotiate when they're playing games. So it's really an important part of their day. So children do go outside every day unless it's raining or snowing or the temperature is below 36 degrees. So it's important to make sure that your child has the appropriate outerwear to wear. And, as the weather gets warmer, rather don't send your child in open-toed shoes, or it's important to at least provide a pair of sneakers or closed-toed shoes for your child to play outside. If you want your child to have sunscreen on, that's something that you would need to apply before coming to school. Lunchtime is another time that when you ask your child what was the best part of the day, lunch may be one of those things. Each school has a lunchroom. Some of them have lunch in the gym on the pull-down tables, and some of them have a little bit more intimate setting. Children can get a lunch at school. Lunches are free to all Norwalk Public Schools students. You can get lunch every day, you can bring lunch every day, or a combination of the two things. The menus are always published beforehand, so that's something that you can go online and look at and see if there are days that your child, if there are days that your child, your child won't like the selections, then that's a day that you would probably want to pack a lunch. Lunchtime is about 30 minutes, and depending on the school schedule, recess is either before or after lunch. I can't stress enough the importance of helping your child to be independent at lunchtime. There are, of course, people in the lunchroom that are supervising and helping, but they're trying to get around to all of the children. So as much as you can do to help your child be able to open their own lunchbox, open the containers and so forth, it would really be helpful to them. It helps to ease some of that anxiety that they have when they're trying to get their lunch opened. It's important not to pack anything with nuts or peanuts. There is a peanut-free table at every school for those children who have nut allergies. Snack time is usually in the morning, and it's usually a working snack, so children don't necessarily all stop and have snack together, but they might be doing small group work, and the teacher tells them, when they're done to go get their snack. So it is kind of an independent activity, so it's really important, again, that your child is able to open the containers. We've listed some examples of snacks that you can bring from home. We ask that no candy be sent and that the snacks be nut-free. It's also important that your child bring a bottle for water that they can refill. All schools have a place to refill water bottles, and so that's something that your child can use throughout the day. So dismissal. So your child, at the end of the school day, children are kind of divided into groups by bus, and then those that are being picked up by a parent or another adult, and those children who are staying in the after-school program. So if they take your child outside to be picked up by you and you're running late, they will never leave your child outside. They'll bring them back in to wait for you. So if you do know you're running late, it's a nice idea to call the school office just to let them know. If there's a change in your child's dismissal routine, it's important to let the teacher know, whether it's a note or another way that the teacher wants to be notified, perhaps an email or a phone call. And that's important because if your child generally rides the bus, but they have a dental appointment one afternoon and you're going to pick them up, if you don't let the school know that, let the teacher know that, they might get on the bus, and then they're on the bus and you're at school trying to pick them up. And so it's important that you always let the school know about any changes to your schedule. Kindergartners are not allowed to get off the bus unless there is an adult waiting. So if there is no one waiting at the bus stop for them to take them off the bus, the bus driver will not let them get off the bus. They'll try and circle back around, but if you're not there, they'll bring them back to the school, and then you'll have to come to the school and pick them up. Children are allowed to leave school only with adults who are listed on their pickup list. So if you have a change in pickup and there's someone on the list that you don't want to pick up your child again, or pick up your child, you need to send a note to make that change. Otherwise, if that person comes, they will release your child to that person. That goes for any additions you want to add to the list. You need to make sure that the school knows that that person should be on the pickup list. It's a good idea to tell people who ever might pick up your child that there is a security station at the entrance, and they will need to produce an ID or a license in order to enter the school. So it's a really good idea to let them know about that. Also, your parent, the parent information and other emergency contacts, just make sure you keep those updated. If your phone number changes, please let the school know so that they can get a hold of you in a situation. The before and after school program, there is a before and after school program at every school, every elementary school. The Carver runs that program in all schools except for the South Norwalk School, which has the Odyssey program. That's something separate from the school. There is a cost associated with that. And it's something that you would sign up for in the summer. And you will learn more about that at your school's orientation. But it is a really good idea to think about that and get it taken care of over the summer, because they sometimes are not able to accommodate all the children who need before and after school care. So if you want that, you should make sure that you register for that. And the websites are listed at the bottom of each column. Another thing to think about, if your child has been attending a full year preschool for a few years, you want to remember that school is out in June, and you will have to think about making summer arrangements, whether it's summer camp or some other care option for your child. Summer camp registration opens up in the winter time, usually February, March. So it's a good idea to start watching for that so that you don't miss out on registering your child if you want them to go to a summer camp.
Some of the items your child will need the first day of school: full-size backpack with your child's name on it, a snack, reusable water bottle, a note with dismissal plan, and a seasonal change of clothes that will be kept in your child's cubby. Some of the ways to maintain the homeschool connection: emails, Parent Square app, newsletters, PTO meetings, your school's orientation, and parent-teacher conferences, which are usually held in the fall and spring.
So home routines. Here are a few things that you can do to help get your child ready for school. We've talked about it already, but practice zipping and unzipping backpacks, opening lunch containers, anything you can do to help make your child independent. Most every kindergarten classroom has a bathroom, adjoining bathroom, and the children can use the bathroom independently. It's important that your child is able to manage their needs in the bathroom. Just as a reminder, make sure to send that change of clothes. Sometimes kids get nervous, there are accidents, so you want to make sure that they have what they need in case of an accident. If you're able to, stop by your school on a weekend and take a look at the playground, run around a little bit. It's a great way for your child to become familiar with that setting. Attend your school's orientation. Every elementary school has an orientation in the spring. And when they get closer to school, many times they will schedule some kind of an open house or some kind of a playground get together, something so that you can come and you and your child can come and get acquainted with other families, other children, and perhaps meet their teacher. Visit the library. The library has lots of books on going to kindergarten. Read those together. It helps to calm some of the nerves for both of you. And also get your child used to reading and sitting for a few minutes and reading with you if you're not already doing that. Because they will be doing some reading in school, and they will have to kind of sit still. So it's a good idea to get your child used to, having some times when they're a little bit more quiet. It's a great idea to, during the summer before school starts, start looking at some of those evening and morning routines. If your child has a hard time deciding what to wear, have them pick that out the night before. If they have a hard time deciding what to have for breakfast, maybe talk about that the night before. Anything that you can do to make the morning smoother so that your child has a really good start to the day. Another thing that we cannot stress enough is making sure that your child gets enough sleep. Their minds are working, they are going to be tired, they're doing a lot of brain building, so it's important for your child to get 10 or 11 hours of sleep. That's what's recommended for a 5-year-old. So try and have an evening routine that's consistent and that will help your child get enough sleep and then be ready to go to school the next day.
Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to Step into Kindergarten presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My name is Joanna Valencia. I am the School Readiness Office Assistant here with Norwalk Public Schools at the Family Center at 1 Park Street. Here's my email. Please feel free to email me as well with any questions. Just to remind you, please go into our website to fill out the kindergarten registration. And I look forward to meeting you and your children. Thank you.